When I first started doing card magic, I thought the golden grail of card magic was being able to do a false shuffle and a false riffle shuffle. I always wanted to learn, and I have learned several different false shuffles. But I've noticed throughout my career, I almost never use a false shuffle. A false cut is just way more useful. So today, I'm going to teach you how to do 3 very easy, very simple false cuts. So grab yourself a deck of cards, and we'll just get started. Now, if you have any other ideas, especially for my small hands series, I have smaller hands, on certain card tricks, and you want to know how to do them below, make sure to leave a comment. Today, we're going to learn 3 simple false shuffles. We're going to start with 2 simple ones. These are very, very easy. Technically, these 2 don't count as part of the 3. These are 2 straight cuts. A straight cut is basically where you cut the cards just once. So I don't know if you noticed, but that cut I just did was a false cut. So you do need to know one thing. I'm just going to grab, because this is my deck that is in new deck order, I'm just going to grab another deck of cards real quick. These really crappy bourbon cards that I've given out lots of signed cards with, those will do the trick. So we're going to use these cards here just to kind of demonstrate, because I don't care what order these are in. So basically, you just need to be able to do a swing cut. If you don't know how to do a swing cut, maybe look it up. But if you don't, I'm going to teach you how to do it. First, you're going to have your hands in mechanics grip here. It's your thumb on the side. First finger on top, 3 fingers on the other side. I'm right-handed, so you want to do this with your left hand. This is called dealer's grip or mechanics grip. The idea is you can deal cards off. And then you want to exchange to biddle grip. Biddle grip just means that you're going to put your thumb on the bottom here. Your middle finger is going to hold the deck of cards, and your first finger is going to kind of jut out there just so you can, poke your friend in the eye or something. I don't know. Looking too close at your magic trick. Don't look. All right. So what you're going to do is you're holding them like this. My ring finger kind of helps out here too. Your first finger is going to come up. It's going to break off about half of the deck, just like that. That's it. That's the first part. Just like that. Your other hand's going to come over. It's just going to grab that first part. I grab it between my thumb and first finger, kind of deep in there, so I can get right back into mechanics grip or dealer's grip, whatever you want to call it. You're going to take these cards here and just pop them right on top. That's it. That's a swing cut. This is all you need to know to do this first false cut. Pretty easy. So do the false cut. Remember, this is in new deck order. So, well, not new deck order, but it's in order. First thing we're going to do is you are going to transfer. You're going to start off mechanics grip. You're going to use that hand, go off into what we call biddle grip. I don't know if I said that before. Biddle grip. And with your finger out here, so you can poke your friend in the eye. You're then going to break off about half of the cards like that. All right. Now, you're going to transfer them just like you would before. But instead of throwing this on top, you need a table, by the way, for this. I should probably mention that. This is a table cut. What you're going to do is you're just going to tap the cards here. Boom. By the way, the rest of the cuts don't require a table. Probably should mention that at the very beginning. But these 2 cuts require a table. The rest don't. So you're going to go boom, tap twice, boom, boom. I do not know why, but if you don't tap twice, it's easier to see it. Watch, I'll show you. Boom. For some reason, your eye can see it a little easier. If you tap twice, I don't know, it works. So, second cut. Now, this is a big motion covers a small motion kind of deal. So the idea in magic is if you do a bigger motion, it will cover the small motion. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to hold the cards in mechanics grip. You're going to kind of lever them up with your thumb like this. So you push them up with your thumb. So you're kind of at this, you want a lot of space under here, right? You want to be able to put a Snorlax in there if you have been playing too much Pokemon. You want to be able to put your other hand in there. That's how much space you want. You want to lift it kind of high up. So the idea here is you're going to take your middle finger and your thumb, and you're going to grab about half the deck. Doesn't have to be exact. And this is going to come off. You're going to place it on the table. Right? This is the bottom of the deck that you just took off. Then you take the top of the deck and you put it right back on top. Now to cover it, you're doing the big motion, small motion thing. So you're using a big motion, which is this. That's it. So when you pull it out, you're just going to come up high and then come down and then come up high, come down. I don't know why, it works. Both of these cuts, you don't want to just bring attention to. So if you're doing a little magic act and all of a sudden you just stop talking and you go, Guess what people are going to do? They're going to watch your hands real careful. See, you want to practice this so you can do something at the same time. Now, obviously, these aren't hard, so it doesn't take a lot of practice, but have something to say while you do this. Or better yet, look them in the eye and say, or ask them a question as you do this. All right, now, last two cuts. So these two cuts are an in the hands cut. These are great because you can do them for actual table hopping, because I do a lot of table hopping, and trust me, you don't really have tables when you table hop, at least not usually. So the first one, if I were to legitimately do this cut, it would look like, wait, that's the fake cut. If I were to legitimately do this cut, it would look like that. I've done the fake cut so much, I can barely do it legitimately. That's what the legitimate cut would look like, right? This is our mess deck, by the way. That's why I switched decks, who cares? With your deck, you're gonna hold it in your left hand. Now this first cut is actually a little bit harder than the second cut. I want to end with something easy. So if you're having trouble with this one, getting it down and nice and smooth, it takes time, but after a while, it should look like this. It looks like I mixed up the deck. And I always do it again while I'm talking about something else, because I don't even need to look at it when I do this. I've done this so many times, it's ridiculous. I've been doing this 11 years, but it doesn't take 11 years to learn it, trust me. What you're gonna do is you're gonna hold it in the same mechanic strip that you did before. You're gonna transfer it to Biddle Grip, just like you did before. You take your first finger is gonna pop off about 1/3 of the deck. You're gonna transfer it to your hand just like you did with the other cut. Now this is where it gets slightly tricky, but it's not. What you're gonna do, hold on, let me remind myself, is you're going to pop the cards in half again like this, right? So you're doing the same move twice. So you just did this, boom, grab, boom, right? It's about another third of the deck. You don't have to be exact with this. Now, what you're gonna do is you're holding these with your middle finger and your first finger, okay? Your ring finger is all free here. It's like, ooh, I can do stuff. You should have some space between your thumb here and your ring finger. You're gonna place that card, this is the top of the deck, by the way, into your ring finger here, right? So let's go through that. Boom, boom, boom. Now, the next thing that you're gonna do, so when I do it fast, I use my pinky too, so you can use your pinky. Next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna grab the cards off from your middle finger here. So this is the center of the deck. Now, here's where it gets so fun. Oh my God. This is the middle of the deck. This is actually the bottom of the deck. You're gonna take your first finger, you're gonna place it right next to your thumb. Your thumb's gonna let go, and it's going to swivel. It's crazy. It's like you're doing some Dan and Dave Buck crap. But you don't know who those are, you should look them up. Next, you're gonna go like this, boom, and let it fall into your hands. And then you're gonna take this last one, and this is the top, throw it on top. So just so you see, I'm gonna do it once fast, and then we'll slow it down. Boom, 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 boom. Right? Makey sensey? So, sorry, my cat just freaked out. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Piffles. His name's not actually Mr. Piffles. Let's go through that again, just so you can see it. A little bit slower, a little bit more Apollo Magic style. This is gonna be the slowest portion I go through, okay? Just so you know. So we're gonna go through it very slow. So if you thought I was going too fast before, we're gonna go nice and slow. Thumb here, first finger on top, 3 fingers on the side. Take your hand, transfer it to Biddle Grip. All right, essentially your middle finger is holding it. Your ring finger is here. It can be holding it, but it's not really necessary. You could take it off if you need to. You're gonna take your first finger. It's gonna come up. It's gonna pull off about 1/3 of the deck. Again, it doesn't need to be exact. I took way more than 1/3, but it doesn't matter. You're gonna take those in your hand here. Next thing you do, your first finger now should be free. You're gonna split the deck again. Now, your ring finger, remember, you should be able to take it off, should come off. Your thumb should have enough space. If it doesn't have enough space, try starting the cut with this deeper in. Your ring finger is going to grab this deck here. So your thumb comes here, ring finger comes here. Boom. Now we have 3. But that's not what you're going to do. You're going to take the center one next. Boom. Now here comes the fun spin move. Your first finger comes next to your thumb. It's going to leverage it off, and it's going between your middle finger here, not your first, but your middle finger and your first finger here. See how I can point to it? All right, and it's gonna spin this way. Your hand is just gonna move forward. This hand does nothing. This hand moves forward. So it moves forward, and as it turns palm up, those cards just fall right into place. Last, drop them in. So I'll go through that one last time, but a slight bit faster. You're gonna hold the cards just like this between your middle finger and your thumb. Your ring finger's there, but it's not really doing anything. Now look how much space I have for my thumb. You're gonna pop off about half the cards. Your hand comes over between your thumb and your first finger. It's gonna grab those off so it can hold them in mechanic's grip. You're gonna pop off more cards, just like that. You're going to use your ring finger. You're gonna place the cards here against your thumb. Your ring finger is gonna grab that deck there. You're gonna grab the center deck in the same way you just grabbed the cards before. Roll in. Your then first finger is gonna come right next to your thumb. Your first finger comes off of this, but it's holding with your middle finger down here. You're gonna swivel it around, falls into place. Last piece, right on top. Now, it will be slow when you first do this. What you wanna do is you wanna put it on a movie, probably one that you like, but you've seen a million times. So that way you can split your attention. Because eventually you wanna be focusing on that movie while you're practicing the move. If you can focus on what's going on in the movie while you're doing it, you're basically set. You can talk while you do the cut, right? And again, they stay all completely in order. This isn't one of those dumb cuts where only the first card stays in order. All right, we're gonna learn an easier one. Let's do the easier one, because if you couldn't get that one, this one's easier and it works just as well. So here's what the easier one looks like. Again, it's in the hands completely. It looks like that. Boom, 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 boom. Looks pretty good. If you watch close, you will see it eventually. If I do it over and over, you'll see exactly how the movement is working. But we're gonna break that down. Now this starts just like the big motion covers the small motion cut. You're gonna start it off in that grip, but you're gonna move it up in your hands. Now the way I get it up there is I kind of leverage the deck here. I kind of, squeeze with my fingers and I get my thumb down here and I push it up. All right, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna take about a third of the deck and you're gonna grab that deck between your thumb and your middle finger. You're gonna need your first finger and your ring finger free. You're gonna turn it to the side. Now there should be some amount of flesh here that's open. You're gonna use that to use your ring finger here, place your thumb on the bottom to grab off another section, just like that, off the deck. You wanna leave some cards behind. All right, so let me go backwards, do it one more time, and take off about a third of the deck between my middle finger and my thumb. First finger free, ring finger free. Place it here, thumb gets placed right here. Ring finger grabs about a half of those cards off, and I hold it like this. Now, this is the easy part. I know, surprisingly, we're past the hard part if you've gotten this far. You're gonna take your left hand here, and you're gonna place it on top, and your ring finger and your thumb are gonna grip that deck here so you can transfer it from your middle finger and your thumb on your right hand to this hand, just like that. Now you're here. You're now gonna take this hand and you're gonna place it up here so you have these nice steps. Ooh, steps. Where do they lead? Well, they lead nowhere because we're gonna close them up just like that. And that's it. That is the false cut. Show you one more time what it looks like just so you can see it's false. All right. All right, let's go through it one last time. I'm not gonna go super slow because I feel like I went very, very slow on that first one. So I'm gonna go slow, but I'm not gonna go super slow. I'm gonna take off about a third of the deck here between your middle finger and your thumb, about a third from the bottom. Your ring finger and your thumb are going to grab. Now this doesn't have to be big, it can be any size. So if you can't get a large size like I am, you can get a smaller size. Your ring finger is holding at the top, your thumb is holding at the bottom. You're then going to take this one, which is the mid section of the deck, and you're going to place it here. You're going to use your ring finger and your thumb to grab. You're going to let go, take this hand here, place it nicely on top, and you got a nice set of steps. You square all that up, or you drop it. Sorry, I'm going slow. You square all that up, and that's it. So ideally, you do want to do this somewhat fast. Again, put on a movie, do it during the movie. If you can focus on the movie while you're doing the cut, you pretty much have it down. You should be able to talk at the same time that you're doing this. And you want to talk during any kind of false cut. You don't want to just do a false cut and have it be silent. Just practice those, and then you have 2 sets of in the hands and 2 table shuffles, table false cuts. These are not false shuffles. These are way more useful than false shuffles. I almost never use a false shuffle, even though I know like 5 of them. If you guys want to learn more stuff, make sure to leave it in the comments below. If there's something you're having trouble with, some kind of common flourish or common sleight, that maybe your hands are kind of small, maybe you like a palm in a card or something, leave it in the comments below. What is something that you think I should teach on this channel that maybe nobody else is teaching? Because, I got time. I need ideas. Thank you guys so much. My name is Brian. Apollo Magic. Give me a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe. I probably should say that more early in the video.